So there's an interesting document that
I'm glad I
Alan
saved
showed
it.
me.
Oh, no.
And
Let me preface it by saying that Nolan and I had a vibrant, contentious kind of relationship. We weren't always singing the same song, and Nolan is this dreamer who's out there going to do all these crazy stuff, and I'm the one that gets at the dirty end of the stick, has to make it happen. So when's the date on that thing?
it is August 3rd,
1973.
73.
So we're not even a year old. We're about a year old as a company officially, and we're making arcade games, and I'm doing everything I can. I got about 3 teams of engineers to do it, and Nolan has, just shall we say, a short attention span. He's a bit impatient, so he sends me this memo that from Nolan to engineering, in accordance with the concise business plan, which never existed, the following is the charter for engineering. And then they have all these things, staff for people to do things that Nolan wanted, design and manufacture, coin door. But item six is probably the best. Packaging and PC board for color modulated consumer Pong. That's a new industry. That's at item 6. So and at the end it says, what does it say, Nolan, at the end?
Design a booth? Or
No.
Every effort should be made to develop adequate staffing to handle this workload.
And after that,
Statements concerning our manufacturing capability is inappropriate to the above design.
because I was really a place to build any of this stuff. And so then I replied,
It's up on the screen, and I will bring it up for you here in a moment.
to Nolan from engineering, August 3rd. In accordance with your memo dated August 3rd, this didn't take money to write this, statements regarding our financial capability applicable to the above design schedule. Al Alcorn, Vice President Engineering. No, you bought it. So that's what I got back. So that ended that discussion.
I think this is also the reason why Al is singly the most impressive engineering manager, because he was able to buffer the engineering department from all this chaos up there and just let us do our job, and it was just absolutely
Well,
fantastic.
Nolan would come into engineering lab, and there were like 3 teams working on games that would take about 3 months to do them, and Nolan would say, oh, sometimes you make very valid help and improvement, and other times that game is shit, let's go do this game instead. And I'd find out later, now we're back to square one, and we've got a manufacturing, so this got to be a problem. I could not evict Nolan from engineering, right?
Though you tried.
I tried. So what I did, how I compromised it was I had Patty Ewart, our secretary from Ampex, I had a pager. Pager was only to be used in the event Nolan got into engineering. This is true, and I would go into engineering and stand behind Nolan, and after Nolan left, remind the engineers who they actually worked for, and they could just humor him, but you're doing this stuff. And Nolan got very frustrated at that, and that's when he got the guy who he thought was an engineer, he wasn't, to go do his thing. That was Steve Jobs. And he pulled Steve away, because I wasn't watching Steve Jobs, because Steve wasn't an engineer.
Oops.
And you didn't allow Nolan to ever go to Grass Valley uncompensated.
If I did, no, I had the airplane, so if he went to Grass Valley, I'd fly him up, and I'd be there.
You do understand that continued throughout Atari's history.
Yeah.